G'day, welcome back to Dad vs. Son and our playthrough of Combat Volume 1. The last introductory scenario for Here They Come, and we're about to go on with turn 2. Again, this is a nighttime one, so our maximum line of sight is 5 hexes. 1 is to the south and the wind is direction 6, so from the northwest. The initiative this time is blue, Charlie, red. So we are going to go on with that. I did my plan last time for the corporal, and he got some good uns, or a good un. So we have an evade 5-6, evade 5, evade 5, evade 6-5, evade 5 as the rolled up orders for these. These two here ended up with a being aggressive in the open, ended up with a sprint 6-5 with a charge grenade. He was out of range of anybody, so he just got his charge, his sprint 6-5. He was successful for his charge. At his closest man here, which is Private Stubbs. Yeah, and we have a run and gun 6 here. All of my people have aimed fire, including the machine gun team up here in C. So let's get into it. For blues, we have an evade 5, so he'll come up here. Like that. He's out of range to spot anybody else. This team has already been spotted. Another evade 5, but he's not in line of sight because the trees just clipped the line there. So he's not going to go for a duck back. And the next blue is the run and gun 6. So he's going the right was going the right way. He was starting to come up this way, but now he's jumped up here, which is pretty good from the run point of view, and he's going to get the first shot at anybody, but he can do some spotting now. So he can try and spot Stubbs. He can try and spot Kowalski. He can't spot the corporal. And he can't spot Temple because of the trees here, which are the same thing. So he's going to try to spot these two here. So the first one is a 1, 2, 3, which is a +1 modifier. -2 for being in trees with an aim fire is -1, and -2 for no illumination is -3, and he is a 6 because he's aggressive, so 3 or less to spot, and he gets a 0. Well done. And Stubbs is spotted. And then here we have a range 2. So again, it's the +1 with the -4, so 3 off. So 3 or less to spot again. And yeah, he threw it in there. And he does not spot that one. Excuse me for a tick. Apologies, back again. Okay, so he's done spot here. Couldn't see this guy. These guys are already spotted, so that's fine. So the blues are finished. We're up to Charlie. Righto, so up the back here, he's too far away to spot anybody. So that leaves our 2 guys in the machine gun pit now. And everybody is too far back, so they can't spot anybody. He can't spot anybody. And again, everybody's too far back for him to spot anybody, and everybody's too far back for him to spot anybody. So that's it, and we're on to the reds. So we have an evade 5, 6. So he'll come this way and is done. Evade 6, 5. So he'll come down this way. And again, he can't spot anybody. Evade 5. So he'll go there. Same thing. Which leaves us our sprint 6, 5. So he will sprint this way 1 to start with. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't spot him. So no. And that is it for Impulse 1, except for Mr. Charge here. Now, he should randomly go one or the other, but I'm going to be a little bit fair about this. If I was playing this character, he wouldn't go running up here, okay? Because then he's going to be seen. So he's going to go there. Now, even though we'll get a shot off this way, this guy won't get a shot at him, and this guy won't get a shot at him before he charges into here. Well, he's gone there for 1. He'll end up here or here for 2, so he'll probably go here, so it's a bit harder for anybody to shoot him. But, yeah, this was the fairest way to play him. Right, so Impulse 2, Blues. So we have an Evade 5. So he'll come up into the rocks here. Now, these are spotted, but he can't see them. So he's not in line of sight of spotted people there, and he's not in line of sight of spotted people there. So he's not going to do his check to see if he ducks back. Next blue one, Evade 5. He comes out into the open. He's a bit of a dicky whacker. And again, these guys are already spotted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't see these guys, and this guy's spotted, so nothing else there, which leaves us with our run and gun 6. And this is the only guy that's spotted at the moment, here or there. Now, he has a rifle with a run and gun, so these are both -2. Plus the -2 for no illumination is -4. So he's at -4 straight up, -6 straight up. So it really doesn't matter who he's going to shoot at. He's just going to see if he wastes ammo or becomes berserk. And he becomes berserk. Look at that. Woo-oo. No. Right. So he has now become berserk, and he has a run and gun. I'm just going to do a quick... Righto. So, yep. So if we don't get rid of him from being berserk, he's going to charge next time, straight as that. So he didn't hit anything, but he's now berserk. So Charlie, right. So our first guy up the back here, Private Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he can't see him due to the trees there. So he can't shoot at anybody, and he can't spot anybody. Machine gun team. Now, this is the guy we want to take out. We don't want him charging in on poor Stubbsy here. So, machine gunner is going to shoot. So we have a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the 30 cal is a +1. We are -2 for the lack of illumination, so we're at -1. And we have charge in the open Berserk charge is -1. So we're at -2 all told. Right. So he is firing for 5. So that's 3 or less with 4 bursts. First one is a 5, no good. An 8, no good. A 4, no good. A 5, no good. Okay, he didn't do jack. Which leaves us with Private Butterman, who can't shoot. All he could do is try and spot. So he can try and spot this guy. And that's it. The others are too far away or whatever else. So we're just going to try and spot that guy there. For a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a 0 modifier for evade in the open, which is a +1. Okay, so we have a +1, and he is a 5, +1 is 6, +1 is 7 to spot. 7 or less, and he spots. And this guy is a dummy. So that's 3 of the 6 dummies gone. Aggressive goes away, and evade 5 goes away. Right. And he is finished. Okay, the corporal has aimed fire, but he can't see this guy and he can't see this guy because of the trees, and he can't see anybody else to do anything, so no go. We have aimed fire here. He can see him, so he can shoot at him, and that's all he can do. He's got a rifle. Range 2 is a +1. We have run and gun in the open, which is a -1. So it's -3 all told, and he is firing for 4. So 0, 1 to hit, and he does not. So they're done, which leaves this guy here who can't shoot him, but can shoot him. So again, with the rifle, it's a +1, -4, so -3. So it's a 2 or less to hit. And he gets a 2. Yay! And we hit. Sorry, he just shot, so he is spotted. And we have KIA. Oh, it's an event as well. So we have to put down for illumination. So we'll do that. So this guy is dead. So at least Mr. Berserk is dead. And now the illumination. For us, we get to pick where we want to put it. And I'm looking in the wrong spot again because I'm an idiot. Hang on a tick. Okay, so we have a choice of 1304, which is here, 1309, which is here, 1606. Now, I don't really want to bring it back that far because then my blokes are all illuminated. 1609, so going down here doesn't help me, or 1807, which again doesn't help me at all. So I am going to put it up in 1304. So there's the flare marker, the illumination. I'll just put that there to remind me that it's there. So that lights up everything 3 hexes out. So all this is all lit up like day. Right. And then we have to see if it's going to scatter. This will be 1 die 6 minus 2 hexes in a random direction. Okay. 1 die 6 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 2 hexes in direction 5. So it's going to go this way, 1, 2. So it still lights up all these ones here. 1, 2, 3. All this. Right. So we killed our guy. We did that. He's done. Well done, Charlie boy. That was Stubbs. So we're on to the reds. So we have an evade 5, 6. So he's going to go direction 6 this time. So he's going to go into the rocks. And again, can't do anything, can't see anything. They're both red. That's the only blue. Sorry, we're doing reds, idiot. So we have an evade 5. So he's going to go into these rocks. There. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can see him, so he can do a duck back if he passes. So he's at 6 or less. He does, and he ducks back. Evade 5 goes away, and he ducks back. You went, whoa, don't want to do that. This guy is an evade 5 as well this time because he's a 6-5. So he's going to go up into the rocks, and he's going to see if he does a duck back as well. So again, 6 or less, and he does not. This guy sprints now in direction 5 for 2. So he goes 1, 2. He's trying to get right up and around our flank. And our charge man will charge 1. And again, this is the best place for him to charge to, here. Because there's less fire coming. Again, it should be a roll to see, but I want it to be relatively fair to them. Okay. Right. That's that. And we go on to Impulse 3. And we have our blue man who is going to do his little dance. And he's going to evade 5 again. So he'll simply come over to here. Like that. Maybe I'll just use my fingers. That'd be just easier. Okay. And Charlie. Right, now, Private Temple up here could see this man. Yay! He can see this guy. Can't shoot at him, but he can try and spot him, which is good. And he can try, can't do anything there, but he can try and spot him. Okay, so it's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a 0 modifier for sprint in the open. Which is a +2. So he is a 6 + 2 is 8 or less. Well, he's already spotted. Dickhead, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't spot him. Sometimes I'm just an idiot. It's the third impulse. Righto. These two in the machine gun pit. Can spot him because they're at elevation 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a +1, and this will be Private Douglas to start with. For evade in the open, yeah. Open evade is a +1. So he is at 5 and 1 is 6, +1 is 7. And he spots him. And it is Soldat Schultz. He's pretty damn good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll try and spot Mr. Evade in the rocks. So we have a 0 modifier for evade in rocks is a -2. So -2 for him again gives him a 3 or less. And he does spot him. And that's Soldat Huss. And now for Duckback in rocks. Is a -3. So it's 3 or less. 2 or less to spot him. And he does not. So Private Butterman will now try the same. So it's a -3 to try and spot him. And he is a 6, so 3 or less. And he does spot him. And Private Klaus with his Duckback. And now evade on top of there. Righto. He can't spot anybody. He can't spot anybody. And he would love to shoot, but he can't. He's going to end up in a melee. And we go on to the 4th impulse, and we do our little blue boy, who is evading 5. So again, he comes up this way. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can try and spot Private Temple. So we have a -2 for the lack of illumination up here. And a -2 for him being in trees. So it's -4 and he is 7, so 3 or less. And he does spot him, which only leaves the corporal to be spotted. Okay, so he is done, and we go on to Charlie. Right, so I am going to use this order here. Good shooting, +1 to all friendly shooting this turn. And I'm going to put it there so I can try and kill this red buggers and so forth before they can get to me. Righto, so first person is going to shoot is here. Now, he's sprinting and he's going to get around me, and I don't want that to happen. So we're going to shoot there. So we have a rifle. Range of 4 is a 0. He is sprint in the open, which is a -1. We have the +1, which brings it to 0. We have illumination, so there's no -2. So he is shooting for 5 or less to hit. And he does not. Righto, machine gunner can see over to here to shoot this bloke. So he is going to do that because he's up at level 2. So again, we have a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the machine gun is a +1, +2, and he is charge in the open, which is a -1, so he's at +1. So he is shooting for 5, +1 is 6 or less with 4 bursts. 6 or less, a hit. Close call. They're up to something, and it's also an enemy event. So first thing we'll do is do his TQC, and then because it's an enemy event, we get some other random illumination. So his TQC is at 6, plus 1 is 7 or less, and he passes. Okay, and then some more illumination. And this is a die roll of 6 to where it goes. And it's number 3, which is 2009. So here, which lights up 1, 2, 3. So all of this. And now we need to look at its scatter. So again, 1 die 6 minus 2. So it goes 4 in direction 5. So 1, 2, 3, and it scatters off the board. So nothing happening there. So that's done. Okay, so that was the first, second, a 0. And our machine gunner becomes aggressive. And we have a bad wound on our charging man. And now we roll his TQC, and he's at 7 minus 3, so 4 or less to pass, and he does not. So he goes from being aggressive to bold to normal, which I think is pretty damn fair. Okay, third, a 1. It's another hit, another bad wound, and he is dead. Thank God for that. Okay, so we've killed a red and a blue and found 3 dummies. Get rid of the charge, get rid of the bad wound. Okay, and they are done because they can't spot anybody else or anything. So the corporal can't shoot at anybody because he can't see anybody. This guy can't shoot at anybody because he can't see anybody, and this guy can't shoot at anybody because he can't see anybody. Okay, which leaves the reds to go, and they do a sprint 5 this time. 1 and into trees like that. They can see this guy. It doesn't matter if he does a duck back or not because he's in there. In evade 6, so he comes up onto here. In evade 6, he comes to here, and the duck back becomes a hide. Like that. Right, and that's the end of turn 2. So, like I said, just the corporal to be spotted, and that's it. So, first up, there's no medic doing anything. There's no plan doing anything. So we have a look at the illumination, and if it's a 9 or 10, then it is extinguished. Otherwise, it goes 1 hex in the direction of the wind. And it's a 6, so the flare comes this way. It's still outside of range for our people, but still showing up all these Germans, for which we are eternally grateful. So thanks very much again. Enjoyed, hopefully, and I will see you next time for turn 3. Bye for now.